Well, as the ground shook from a 5.2 magnitude earthquake, a herd of elephants at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park sprang into action to protect their young. That's our first hot topic, brought to you by Walton Arts Center. So I was a little nervous when I saw this story, but everything is good. So yesterday morning, 5 African elephants stood around in the morning sun before the earthquake occurred. Now, at first, the elephants ran in different directions, and then the older elephants scrambled to encircle and shield the 2 7-year-old calves from any possible threats. They remained huddled for several minutes, and thankfully, there were no injuries or major damages, but it certainly spooked the elephants. You know, every time I see a video of a herd of elephants, it's always so heartwarming to me how they protect their littles, and it's just so sweet. So yeah, definitely sweet watching them huddle around those calves.
Glad everybody is okay after that earthquake.
Me too.
Well, this past weekend at Augusta National, it was Rory McIlroy who claimed the long-awaited win at the Masters, securing his first green jacket in style. But before the main event, it was his daughter Poppy who stole the show during the annual par 3 contest. 4-year-old Poppy brought the crowd to its feet on the 9th hole, sinking a long putt. You see her having it right here with her dad's club. The ball rolled in, and it rolled, and it rolled. Finally dropped in right there, setting off huge cheers from the gallery. A bit overwhelmed, Poppy buried her face in Rory's shoulder as the two shared a sweet father-daughter moment there at Augusta National. But man, great. I love to see that.
Cute.
Rory has been the talk of the town, but Poppy really deserves the shout out here.
I mean, come on. Poppy's now the star. So move over, Rory.
Move over.
Move over.
Yes.
Okay, now this is really cool. I think you'll think this is cool. So holograms that can be physically manipulated have made their way out of science fiction and into real life thanks to a breakthrough in mixed reality technology. So in a new study, scientists explored how 3-dimensional holograms could be grabbed and poked using elastic materials as a key component of volumetric displays. So this innovation means that 3D graphics can be interacted with, for example, grasping and moving a virtual cube with your hand without damaging a holographic system. So the research has not yet been peer-reviewed, although the scientists demonstrated their findings in this video that we're watching here. You know, all I'm thinking of is like Tony Stark in Iron Man. You know, grabbing that thing, that's so cool.
It is very sci-fi looking.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. I wonder what we're going to do with this. I mean, where does this technology take us?
Imagine if we make a 3D grocery list and just pull it up when we're and cross it off.
Yes. You know,
that's what I need
We're
it for.
living in that moment where all those things we saw as children on the screen, sci-fi movies and things, are now coming into reality.
Yeah. Cool.
It's kind of bizarre to see.
It is weird.
Well, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin launched his fiancée Lauren Sanchez into space Monday with an all-female celebrity crew that included Katy Perry and Gayle King. It was the latest wave in space tourism, where more of the rich and famous than ever before, or lucky and well-connected, can enter the zero-gravity realm traditionally dominated by professional astronauts. Even after the latest launch, women represent barely 15% of the more than 700 people who have traveled in space. So, diving into this a little bit, they went over sort of the threshold, which puts them into space, and then they came back down to Earth.
Right, so, they didn't like Sigourney Weaver it,
right? No, but they experienced, zero gravity for a short amount of time. They went up and down all in the same day, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting. We kind of talked about it. It was an interesting choice of ladies, but look, if you can afford to go to space, go right for it.
Yeah, that's right. Looks fun. I mean, they had a blast up there.
Yeah.
So that's cool.